all enjoy it. Guidus TV, never ads, always free. Let's keep it free, no ads. Support and share, and get guided with Guidus TV.
Stay tuned, more coming up right here on Guidus TV. Stay tuned.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Yusuf Estes with really good news. But first, many people are hearing things about Islam, but they are not getting the right message. So the best time to get the right message out is right now. And we have the best way to do exactly that with Allah's support and your help. We've got our projects, our websites, satellite TV channels, and now we can reach every home on the planet, inshallah. Let's make that difference together. It's easy. And be my dawah partner.
Stay tuned, more coming up right here on Guidus TV.
How can you get rewards like we do? 3 things you can do. Make dua for us and include yourself in the us. Number 2, share Islam.com and share the emotions that you have when you think about being a Muslim. And number 3, join us. Support dawahpartners.com. It's easy, real easy.
Get connected with Guidus TV. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/GuideUSTV1. Join us on Google+, plus.google.com/+GuideUSTV. Follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/GuideUSTV1. Find us on Flickr, flickr.com/photos/GuideUSTV. And add us on LinkedIn, linkedin.com/GuideUSTV. Get guided with Guidus TV.
A way of life, a way of life, a way of life, a way of life. Islam is a way of life, a complete way. A way of life, a way of life, a way of life, a way of life. Islam is a way of life, a complete way.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. And we do have a program laid out for you tonight. And I'm going to use my phone, not because I'm going to make a phone call, but because I'm going to use the Chat Smith that we have. It's similar to the AI, artificial intelligence, but it's one of the first ones that came out, so we hooked up with it. Anyway, I'm going to ask some questions, and we'll see what the answers are. What do you think about that? Well, somebody is getting ready. I'm watching them get ready. All right. So I'll just talk to them, and let's see what we... How many times is the word love in Arabic in the Quran?
In the Quran, the word love in Arabic, pronounced hub, appears several times. While the exact number can vary based on different interpretations and translations, it is commonly cited that the word occurs around 6 times throughout the text. Additionally, there are other forms of the word related to love, such as yuhi, meaning he loves, and ahab, meaning I love, which may increase the total count of references to love and affection in various contexts. If you need more detailed information or specific verses, feel free to ask.
MashaAllah. Well, what do you want to ask? And it will be live on the air. So if you dial our toll-free number and you talk to us, then you can get this answers. So anyway, he's going to give you the answers, and it's not from me, it's from Chat Smith, which is artificial intelligence. Anyway, if you want to call, dial 1-800-971-4383. Call it right now and ask your question. Yeah. Meantime, I'm going to ask another question. Oh, well, maybe we should
Somebody cool. Oh, let's see if I can just adjust this a little bit better. There, that should almost do it. There we go. Somebody cool, everyone. This is your brother Habib. I am not in St. John today. I'm actually in a little place called Mactaquac, which is west of the city of Fredericton.
Say it again.
So, and it's called Mactaquac, and don't ask me how to spell it. It's I believe it's Micmac or Mi'kmaq. Actually, it's a native word.
Oh, okay. Well, if you don't quack up, oh.
So you could ask the AI, when did the Catholic Church first begin?
All right, let's do that. Let me see if. When did the Catholic Church take over a sect of Christianity in Turkey? It didn't give me an answer. That's the first time it failed. All right. When did the Catholic Church, the way to ask this is because you have to ask it in English, all English. Okay, so let's do that. When did the Roman Universal Church first begin? It's not working. Well, I guess it doesn't want to answer me. Anyway.
I apologize if my previous responses didn't fully address your question or if they were unclear. I'm here to help, so please feel free to specify what you're looking for regarding the Roman Universal Church, or any specific question you have, and I'll do my best to provide a more direct answer. Thank you for your patience.
We got a caller.
Oh, mashallah.
Caller, Assalamu alaikum. MashaAllah. Who is this?
Sister Barbara.
Barbara. Okay. MashaAllah.
Yes. My daughter was listening to the program. She said she have a question.
Okay. What question does he have? We'll ask the Chat Smith. Sure.
She's 8 years of age. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you?
Good.
What is your name?
Alhamdulillah. Yasra.
MashaAllah. How old are you?
8.
MashaAllah. Do you go to school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you getting good grades or not so good?
Good grade.
Good grades. That's number one, right? After Allah and His Messenger. Yeah.
I got a good grade in math.
Oh, mashallah. That's wonderful. So, do you have a question for us tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us your question.
Well, it's so expensive, but poor people cannot even afford it with their money in their hands.
Why is it? What?
Say it again. It's no. Why do houses and more stuff cost expensive, and poor people and other people cannot afford it with their money?
Okay, let's ask that question to Chet Smith and find out the answer, right? Okay, let's do that. Okay. It's not working. I guess we can't use the same phone. Okay.
Yeah, inshallah, we can hang up so then she come up with her own question, alhamdulillah. And then she's like, can I ask a question? I say, what question? So she said, I want to know why we cannot afford to buy things in Okay. Just one question. So then if we hang up, then she can have her answer, inshallah.
Yes.
That'd be okay.
Yes. Perfect.
Okay. Yes.
MashaAllah. Thank you.
Yes.
Wa alaikum salam. All right. Why?
Great. Please let me know what specific question or topic you'd like to discuss regarding the Roman Universal Church or anything else, and I'll be happy to assist you.
Why do things cost? Okay. Why do things cost so much money and we can't afford to buy it? I give up. That's the third time I asked it a question and it didn't have an answer. So I'm going to focus on Chat GPT. Okay. Well, that's the same emblem that I already got. So all righty, let's see. Chat AI Smart Assistant. All right, that's exactly what we had already. And it won't download it because it already is there. Well, I don't know why it's not giving me the answers. It was giving me the answers before we went on the air. That's what I was really counting on. Anyway, let's talk to our brother James. Habib.
Sorry, maybe it just doesn't like certain questions and that's why it doesn't answer you.
Well, that's the first time in months that I've asked a question and it didn't give an answer. I don't know. Anyway, so let's see if we can make something happen here to get rid of these circles.
Yeah. I think there's a little in the where it says more, you can change things.
I don't have
settings.
It's more. I don't have anything like that.
It says down underneath where you see us.
I understand
it
where
says Mike, Cam, chat, and it should say more or something else.
Not say that for me because I'm supposed to be the in charge guy here. So video, invite, present, settings, So
yeah, well, it's sometimes the guy in charge needs help too.
We tried to get rid of it before the program started, and we couldn't do it. So Yusha and I both worked on it. I spent 15 minutes before he called, and I couldn't figure it out. Anyway, maybe not.
Yeah. Well, so, at least now we can roll.
Well, they have relaxed the positions that we had. There were about 7 or 8 positions, and now there's only 6. So they got rid of that thing where we can really expand it out. I guess, anyway, alhamdulillah, rabbil alamin.
So can we continue the conversation we started last night?
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. I didn't see you on the air, so that's why I was starting something else. Okay, let's see where we are. Number 1. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Okay. Number 1, we talked about this last night, and the Prophet ﷺ, he predicted something for us. He said, immorality has never appeared among a people, and they openly declare it. They have immorality, and they're just talking about it. Except that they would have plagues, illness, not existing among their predecessors. And that's what we were talking about, the pandemic. Then the second one, he said 5 of these. He said they never diminish the measure and scale. We talked about that, cheating, unless that there are years of famine and severity of hardship and the tyranny of their rulers over them. So maybe that is the answer. Maybe Allah didn't want us to get it from Chat Smith, because this is the answer to that question. The question was, why are we not able to afford the stuff that they are selling? It says, because of the cheaters, years of famine and severity of hardship and tyranny of rulers over them. We've had all of that. So I guess, yeah. Number 3, this is the third one, and this is not the one that we talked about last night. they will never withhold their zakat, which is the charity that's a obligatory charity that we give, not 10%, not 5%, but 2.5% of our wealth over a certain amount. And depending on what country you live in, it will determine that. But you take the wealth if you held for over a year, 1 full year, the minimum wealth that you had, you pay 2.5% on that. So it says the people following Muhammad sallam will never withhold the zakat of their wealth except that the rain will be withheld from the sky. And if it weren't for the animals, they would not be granted rain. And yes, a lot of people now know exactly why that they didn't have any rain, because it didn't come because of people withholding their zakat funds. If you got anything to add to that.
Well, when you really look at the importance of zakah, and it's when you do this, it's to purify the money that you do have. That's my understanding of it, right? So when you're not doing this, and the money that you do have, it's unpurified. It's not. So Allah can't bless you in the way you would like to be blessed in regards to, the things that is necessary in your life. So it's in that case, it's better to, if people have the money to give zakah, they should give it. And I know one situation, and this happened multiple years, that they use the money for zakah for feeding people during, like feeding the ones that were fasting during Ramadan. And from my understanding, that's also a no-no too, because you should be feeding these people anyway, because you get the reward like you fasted that day. So, and that's two separate things, and people should realize that money for zakah should not go for this. And when you're doing this, it's a totally separate blessing. So I just wanted to point this out because it was one of those things that I've seen, and it's like, okay, people should be aware of this and knowing not to do this. And maybe, Yusuf, you can explain this more.
Yes, punching buttons. Anyway, so it was said by some of the scholars, they said if the zakat was paid correctly, there wouldn't be a poor person on the planet. Yeah, that's really heavy. And I was just watching something today about the folks in the Middle East, where most of the Muslims are. And it was talking about the opulence of the people there. They have so much money. And I saw one of the clips. It showed brand new cars of the types of cars that I only see in pictures. I don't see anything like that going down the street where I live. Anyway, So these mega cars all belong to one prince. Yeah. But that's considered as wealth because the value of that car should be taxed, Anyway, I think there were 14 or 18 cars in that garage, all of them beautiful cars. It looked like something out of a movie. And one of the people that they talked about on the video had the biggest yacht in the world. The biggest yacht. It has 17 levels. 17 levels. I don't know how you can have 17 levels on a yacht, but I have seen 2 levels on a yacht, and I was invited to go there and in the Middle East, and I enjoyed it very much. But it had 2 levels, and it was a real big yacht to me, but it looked like that we could put that yacht in one of the swimming pools on the big yacht that I saw today. Anyway, so if people paid their zakat, there would not be a poor person on the planet, according to our scholars. And by the way, you don't have to pay that to the mosque or to an individual that is heading up the mosque. You don't give it to them. And you don't even give it to a building. They're building a mosque somewhere. Don't use your zakat for that. Because the zakat is supposed to go to 7 categories. 7 categories. And none of them are about building a mosque, building a school. Yeah, that's not right. The biggest thing that people need, really need, not they want, but what they need is food. This is, if I'd go 2 days with no food, I feel hungry. Do you? So, yeah, that is the idea behind it. You are exactly right. So, yeah, talk about.
So when you look at that, you do, if you're feeding people, that means giving money to, see, a soup kitchen or things like this that would benefit a lot of people.
Yes. And we have a sister.
And you said there were 7 things and you said 1.
What?
In regards to zakah, you said there was 7 things that you had to do, or it was 4.
We can come back to that because we have to do a.
Yes, we have to continue, so let's go.
Okay, so let's go to where they changed the thing on me.
We'll be back right after this. You're watching Guide Us TV.
Get connected with Guide Us TV. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/guideustv1. Join us on Google+, plus.google.com/+guideustv. Follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/guideustv1. Find us on Flickr, flickr.com/photos/guideustv. And add us on LinkedIn, linkedin.com/guideustv. Get guided with Guide Us TV.
Stay tuned. More coming up right here on Guide Us TV. Stay tuned. More coming up right here on Guide Us TV.
How can you get rewards like we do? 3 things you can do. Make dua for us and include yourself in the us. Number 2, share shareislam.com and share the emotions that you have when you think about being a Muslim. And number 3, join us. Support dawahpartners.com. It's easy, real easy.
Stay tuned. More coming up right here on Guide Us TV.
MashaAllah. That was great. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Let's see if we can get this to work and ask it one more time. What are the 7 things that a Muslim can do with his zakat money? It's not working. It's just, I don't know why it's not working. Let's go to let me type it in. That's going to be, you can talk while I'm typing. Is that a good idea?
Stay tuned. More coming up right here on Guide Us TV.
How can you get rewards like we do? 3 things you can do. Make dua for us and include yourself in the us. Number 2, share shareislam.com and share the emotions that you have when you think about being a Muslim. And number 3, join us. Support dawahpartners.com. It's easy, real easy.
Stay tuned. More coming up right here on Guide Us TV.
Okay.
Now, everyone.
Yeah, we do have it. We do have it. It was working again for the non-speaking. I typed it in and it says, zakat, a form of almsgiving and one of the 5 pillars of Islam. It can be used in various ways to support those in need. This is the subject. Who is the needy? There are 7 ways Muslims can utilize their zakat. Number 1, supporting the poor directly. Provide a financial assistance to individuals and families who are broke. They're struggling to get by and they don't even have the basic needs. Okay. Number 2, helping the orphans. Orphans, yatim, they're called yatim in Arabic language. They are really in need of more than just the money. But, okay, sponsoring or providing education for living expenses for orphan children. That is one of the things that you can kind of get around building, because it's not building it from the ground up, but you have to pay for a building for them to stay in, okay? So that's the only situation where you can kind of get involved in the building itself. Sponsoring or providing educational and living expenses for an orphan child. Okay, number 3, assisting the elderly, offering support for older individuals who may not have the means to care for themselves. So anyway, that is self-explanatory, but if you want to add anything to that, you go ahead.
Well, when you look nowadays, especially with the Muslim community, I know in Canada, you see a lot of people that are elderly, and because of their circumstances, they're not getting their old age pension from Canada yet. And when you see people like that could use the in that area, they could use their support, that would be very helpful. And the thing is, but the problem is they're so busy with so many things, and I don't know if it's being busy or is this their priorities are a little different than what it should be.
Well, yeah, this is yeah, there we go. I wanted to be able to talk to you. This is something that we really need to look at for us as well, because we're not getting any younger. Are you aware of that? So.
Yep. Yeah, I'm aware of that. I mean, next year are going to be 67, and then it's the numbers are just going to go up. It's not going to get it's not going to go down. So.
Well, anyway, number 4. This is one of the things that I forgot about, and this is providing the funds for medical treatments and healthcare services for anyone who cannot afford it. This is not talking about just Muslims and just elderly, or it's any human being on the planet that needs health, but according to the rules of the zakat, you have to go around your immediate circle, right around your family, your children, your parents, your grandchildren, and etc. And then if they're okay, then you can go out and look further. So if somebody needs a medical treatment and you don't have any of your family that needs anything, then you could do this, provide this for their services. By the way, my father stayed with us until he passed away, and rahimahullah, and he had somebody come about once a week that would sit with him and talk with him and provide health care for him. So that was good. Number 5, this is education funding. Straight out, anybody that needs to be educated, they need to read and write, they need to add, subtract, divide, multiple things. Maybe they have science in their mind, so they need it. So supporting students for scholarships or resources for education to help them pursue their studies. And that's indirectly a way that you can say, well, I want to support the building or an annex to the building. So we're going to take a call. Salam alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Wa alaikum salam rahmatullahi barakatuh.
It's an honor to speak to you, sir.
Yes, you are talking to me.
Wow, amazing. You helped me become Muslim. I greatly appreciate it, sir.
Well, make dua for me. And that's the only thing I ask for is dua.
MashaAllah.
Alhamdulillah. Are you watching your TV right now?
Yeah, I'm watching on my phone.
Yeah, mashallah. Well, welcome. We have an app. It's called guideus.app. Did you know about that?
Okay. No, guideus.app.
Yeah. It's not on the iPhone thing. You just go on the internet and say guideus.app. And
Okay.
you can get it on your phone. But yeah, your phone is working pretty good. You can, do you have an iPhone?
No, I have an Android.
I have the Android too, but I can't make it call and talk to somebody and do the AI. It didn't work for me. Yeah. Anyway, what is your name?
My name is Yaqub Isa Allen.
Yaqub. Ah, that is in English we say Jacob, right?
Yes.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. So what, do you live in the United States?
Yes, sir. I'm from Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit, Michigan. MashaAllah. There are a lot of Muslims there.
There's a lot of Muslims near me. Yeah, in Dearborn.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
MashaAllah.
I've been there several times and I always appreciated the fact that there's so many people that are nice and kind and really take care of me when I'm there. Wonderful. So,
I'd love to see you if you come back.
MashaAllah. How long have you been a Muslim?
I'm sorry?
How long have you been a Muslim?
About 6 years now.
6 years. Whoa. MashaAllah. And something we did on the video or something online?
Yes, I watched several of your videos. Watched you, Eddie from the Dean Show.
Yes,
You
yes.
guys really good at getting the information out. I love it.
Yeah.
I'd love to know how I can help you guys.
Well, you can join us right now as Dawah partners. Do you know about the Dawah?
No, explain it.
Dawah means the call to other people. And it gets misinterpreted as trying to force people into Islam, but we don't do that. We just lay it out there.
Okay.
Yeah. Dawah Partners. DAWAH PARTERS. Dawah Partners. .com. Obviously, it's a .com. All of we have 5,800 and something websites, and all of them are .com.
I look forward to checking it out.
Yeah. Well, you can also check out Share Islam. Did you ever go to that one?
Share Islam? No, I'll check that as well.
Yes, Share Islam. Share Islam. And how about what's the name of that one? We have.
You misspelled partners. You left out the N.
Oh, I misspelled partners. My boss just stepped in and said I misspelled partners. Yeah, there. Anyway, alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen.
Alhamdulillah, brother.
Yeah, anyway, so the one that I'm thinking about is the source of all of our websites. You can go to that website, one website, and type in a keyword, and it will give you the answers. And it's called Sheikh Google or Search for Islam, either one of those, and .com. But search SEA. I'm not going to try to spell it because I'll get it wrong. Anyway, search for Islam.com and type in the word that you want, like zakat. That's it'll give you the 7 opinions, what you can spend it on.
All right.
Thank you, Yaqub. Thank you, Yaqub, for.
Good night, brother. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam, rahmatullah. This is so nice. Somebody call you up and talk to you about coming to Islam by your efforts. And this is better for you. Anybody that was calling to Islam and one person, even one person, come to you, the Prophet ﷺ, he's attributed to have said, "Khayrun min ad-dunya wa ma fiha," better for you than all of the universe and what it contains. So 2 universes, better for you. And then another hadith, he said, better for you, khayrum min alfi. No, he didn't say the number of camels. He said a herd of red camels. And red camels are a real, at his time especially, that was the, like, transportation and carry all, it's like a big truck. Anyway, so he said a herd of camels, red camels. Humar and Nam, yeah. Anyway, let's see. Educating funding. Support students, scholarships, or resources, education to help them pursue their studies. Anything that you can help with that, buying some books, buying the education materials that they need, providing a loan for them is not the zakat, okay? You can buy a non-interest bearing loan for them and you still get a reward for that, but because you're asking for it back, it's not your zakat. This question comes up sometimes. Number 6, food distribution. Now, this is a big thing if you're out in New Jersey, anywhere in New Jersey or New York. Focus on this because there is a lady who does this there 24 hours a day. She's always thinking about ways to provide food and meals for those who are hungry. So anyway, this is funding for a food bank. So she is qualified for that, yeah. And programs providing meals for those who experience hunger. You have anything to say about that?
Well, I was thinking it would be nice that if the sister that called last night that basically takes care of the poor, and she does a lot of work in regards to the poor in New York. Is it New York or no, New Jersey? And it's amazing what she does. And still, when you're looking at in regards to food banks, that also means volunteering at a food bank as well. Giving your time. It's not just because if you give your time,
that's the topic is zakat. So
yes, but the thing is, when you're doing that, you can also give money to this food bank. And you're looking at what they need at that food bank.
We're only talking about money now, because what you spend in your time, that's a beautiful thing to do, but we're talking about zakat, okay? So
yes.
Number seven, the community development, investing in projects promoting sustainability, such as building wells, like, wells for water, schools, or other community resources. So now I did ask about the dawah, and they told me that this is depending on how you're doing it, because it's not normally something that they approve of. The scholars, they say there's 7 categories. And number 1 is absolutely feeding people. And number 6 is food distribution. It's related to number 1 because you're giving money to them and their basic needs. But this one is, maybe it should have been number 1. Yeah. Because everybody has food, and you have to pay for it though. Buy food and give it out. Yeah, that's a good thing. Anyway, okay, community development, investing in projects promoting sustainability, such as water wells, schools, other community resources. And this is in a Muslim country, though. Yeah, get that in your mind, because Muslim countries are not the same as the Western countries, because most of the countries here, especially in the United States and Canada, they fund all of the public schools. Is that right?
Yes, but when you're looking at a Muslim school, they don't get any money from the government.
Well, everybody that is in a Muslim country is expected to donate something of their zakat. But it was not mandatory that they spend it on that, but it is mandatory for you to give 2.5% of the lowest level of your wealth that you had in 1 year. 2.5%. So not the highest level, but the lowest level. So it means you still have it. At least that, So maybe you had $1 million at the beginning of the year, but you, since last Ramadan, because most of the people pay it in the Ramadan because they get extra reward for that, right? Anyway, so if they had $1 million at the beginning of the year, and then suddenly it went down to $500,000, and then it went up stayed at about 7 million, I don't even know how to talk millions, $1,000 above the minimum, because there is a minimum that you have to feed your family and everything. So that is not taxable. So over the minimum, whatever you have over that, the lowest day of the year, take that and figure out how much you owe in the zakat. And don't play around with it. Do it or a little bit more, because you don't know, maybe the value of the dollars went down, and kicking in a couple bucks, it's not going to hurt anybody. Anyway, so we wound up, we got all 7 of them covered, and we got the AI working. That's pretty good. But just, I have to enter.
And still, we got squares now instead of circles.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We got rid of that. Anyway, stay tuned and stay guided with
Guide Us TV.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. More coming up right here on Guide Us TV.
How can you get rewards like we do?